Changing subjects, I think something like 400 individuals have returned who are associated with ISIS have returned to this country. For 399 of them, I may have missed something. I don't think you commented on, but the woman who is at the present out in Syria, you have commented on. Why is that?
Well, first of all, although many have returned, there have been quite a few. I think it's nearly 100 who have been denied their citizenship because they had dual citizenship and have not been allowed to return to the United Kingdom. It has always been my view, and I said it in Parliament previously, not just this week. You can check the records. I've got up in Parliament and said if people go to Syria or join extreme Islamist organisations that are blowing up British citizens on British soil, Manchester, awful tragedy, beheading British citizens in the Middle East, creating havoc around the world, carrying out mass genocide of whole peoples, whole nations, like the Yazidi nation, and British people go and join them. Why should they be allowed back here? ISIS is one of the most evil death cults since Nazi Germany. They want to create this so-called Islamic state. The crimes they've committed against humanity, they've not just killed hundreds of thousands of people and created this awful totalitarian state, but they've wiped out a nation's history by destroying churches and there's old monasteries and museums, literally burning all the archives, a nation's heritage and history. They have committed huge crimes against humanity, and that's why I feel quite intolerant about these people who go and join there. And we have to, as a society, ask ourselves what is morally right and wrong. We have to make a stand, and that's why I've argued that this individual should not be allowed back in the UK.
Wouldn't it be better if she returns, if she's investigated for any crimes she's committed, if she is due process, and perhaps then some process of deprogram her, and maybe she could be used as an asset in many ways, as some have, whether it's from an intelligence point of view, maybe an educational point of view.
Well, first of all, who's to say that that would happen, that somebody can just be de-radicalised? This lady is 19 years old now and has made some very controversial statements about the Manchester bombings. You ask the mother of a daughter who lost her life going to see Ariadne Grande in just for a concert. She doesn't want her back. What about her? And I think you have to make a decision as a society. You've got to do a number of things. You've got to say what's morally wrong and morally right. If you go abroad and join a terrorist organisation, there's no return. The second thing is you've got to say that actually the reason why you do this is because you want to make sure there is a deterrent. You give a signal as a society, and you're basically saying to others, anyone else thinking of going, if you're going to go, there's a chance you might not come back. And I think it's sad. You have compassion for the individual. I recognise it's a tragedy, but I'm absolutely clear about this, that in my view, people who go and spend time with this very extremist Islamist organisation that literally has done so much damage to millions of people, I think there's no right of